Sustainability extends far beyond the walls of a single organization. In today's interconnected global economy, businesses rely heavily on suppliers and partners to source materials, produce goods, and deliver services. This reliance means that the sustainability practices of suppliers and partners directly impact a company's overall sustainability goals. As companies strive to adopt greener practices and align with environmental, social, and governance (ESG) standards, the role of suppliers and partners has never been more critical.
A robust commitment to sustainability requires collaboration across the entire supply chain. Partnering with suppliers and vendors who share your values amplifies your efforts, mitigates risks, and reinforces your brand's reputation. Here's an in-depth look at how working with sustainable suppliers and partners can enhance your sustainability strategy. One of the most significant contributions of suppliers and partners to sustainability is their role in reducing the environmental footprint of the products and services they provide. For many companies, the bulk of their carbon emissions and resource consumption occurs within the supply chain rather than within their direct operations. By working with eco-conscious suppliers, businesses can make substantial progress toward their environmental goals. Eco-friendly materials and sustainable practices. Suppliers who prioritize sustainable materials, such as recycled inputs, organic raw materials, or low-carbon alternatives, help businesses lower their indirect environmental impact. For example, a clothing manufacturer partnering with a supplier of organic cotton reduces the environmental harm associated with traditional cotton farming, such as excessive water use and pesticide pollution. Energy efficiency in production. Suppliers who use energy-efficient technologies or renewable energy sources in their production processes contribute to the overall reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. This partnership aligns with a company's commitment to achieving net zero targets or improving carbon intensity. Waste reduction. Suppliers adopting circular economy principles, such as reusing production byproducts or implementing zero-waste manufacturing, help companies lower their waste footprint. A supplier who reuses packaging materials or provides reusable shipping containers can significantly reduce single-use waste across the supply chain. Sustainability is not just about environmental impact, it's also about ensuring fair, ethical, and equitable treatment of workers throughout the supply chain. Collaborating with suppliers who uphold high labor standards, provide fair wages, and ensure safe working conditions strengthens the ethical foundation of your operations. Fair labor practices. Monitoring supplier practices ensures compliance with ethical labor standards. For example, verifying that suppliers do not engage in child labor or exploitative working conditions helps maintain a responsible supply chain. Companies that ensure fair treatment of workers foster trust and loyalty among socially conscious consumers. Supply chain audits. Regular audits and certifications such as Fair Trade, SA 8000, or B Corporation status help businesses ensure their suppliers adhere to high ethical standards. These certifications also provide transparency, demonstrating a commitment to ethical sourcing. Supporting diversity and inclusion. Partnering with small or minority-owned suppliers promotes diversity and inclusion within the supply chain. This not only aligns with social sustainability goals, but also creates opportunities for underrepresented groups, contributing to broader economic development. Transparency within the supply chain is a powerful driver of positive change. When businesses openly communicate their sustainability goals and expectations to suppliers, they create a culture of accountability and innovation. Setting sustainability standards. Sharing clear sustainability requirements, such as carbon reduction targets or waste management expectations, encourages suppliers to align their practices with your goals. These standards can be formalized through supplier codes of conduct or sustainability scorecards. Motivating suppliers to innovate. Transparent communication about sustainability challenges can inspire suppliers to develop innovative solutions. For example, a supplier might introduce new production techniques that reduce energy consumption or water usage in response to a customer's sustainability goals. Collaborative partnerships. Engaging suppliers as partners rather than simply vendors fosters collaboration. Joint initiatives, such as pilot programs for sustainable materials or co-investment in renewable energy projects, create shared value and strengthen relationships. A sustainable supply chain is also a resilient supply chain. By partnering with responsible suppliers, businesses can better manage risks associated with environmental regulations, resource scarcity, or reputational damage. Regulatory compliance. Partnering with suppliers who adhere to environmental and social standards ensures compliance with evolving regulations, such as carbon reporting mandates or labor laws. Non-compliance within the supply chain can result in significant legal and financial penalties, even for businesses that meet internal standards. Reducing resource dependency. Suppliers who focus on resource efficiency and renewable inputs help businesses reduce their dependency on finite resources. For instance, a supplier using recycled materials lowers the risk of disruptions caused by raw material shortages or price volatility. Reputation management. Consumers and stakeholders hold companies accountable for the actions of their suppliers. By working with ethical and sustainable partners, businesses protect their reputation and build trust among stakeholders. Conversely, scandals involving supplier misconduct can have far-reaching consequences for a company's brand. A sustainable supply chain reinforces a company's sustainability story, enhancing its brand image and market appeal. Consumers increasingly demand transparency and accountability, and a strong commitment to ethical sourcing resonates with their values. Marketing and storytelling. Highlighting partnerships with sustainable suppliers in marketing campaigns can differentiate a brand. For example, a food company sourcing from regenerative farms can share the story of how these practices restore soil health and support biodiversity, building emotional connections with customers. Aligning with consumer expectations. As consumers become more aware of supply chain issues, such as deforestation or labor exploitation, they expect brands to take responsibility for their suppliers. Meeting these expectations strengthens customer loyalty and opens doors to new markets. Sustainable supply chains are not just ethical and environmentally sound, they also contribute to long-term financial success. Operational efficiency. Suppliers who focus on resource efficiency and waste reduction often offer cost advantages, as these practices lower production expenses. Businesses benefit from lower input costs while advancing their sustainability goals. Access to sustainable finance. Many investors and financial institutions prioritize companies with strong ESG credentials. A sustainable supply chain enhances ESG performance, making businesses more attractive to investors and eligible for green loans or sustainability-linked financing. In conclusion, the role of suppliers and partners in sustainability is indispensable. By collaborating with responsible and forward-thinking suppliers, businesses amplify their sustainability efforts, mitigate risks, and strengthen their market position. A sustainable supply chain is not only a strategic advantage, but also a reflection of a company's values and commitment to a more equitable and sustainable world. Through partnerships with eco-conscious and ethical suppliers, businesses can achieve greater environmental impact, reinforce their brand's reputation, and ensure long-term financial resilience. Sustainability in the supply chain is a win-win for all stakeholders, driving positive change across industries and communities.